You're being sued?
Legal malpractice. I won a lot of money for a former client in a suit against the city. Now his wife is suing me for not winning more.
Well, you got insurance for that, don't you?
Yeah, well, there were a couple of weeks between here and D.C. where it sort of lapsed. Boy, these things give you the worst fortunes. Sparks fly with member of the opposite sex, not with Bill out of town.
You don't really believe in those things, do you?
Well, it depends on when you ask me.
Well, just like Father Gabriele said the other day at Mass. p.m. every Sunday.
Now, that's what I call faith.
Now, that's what I call noise. Now, Kelly is supposed to be up there working on her SATs, and she's up there listening to that dirge music.
What happened to her being into rap?
Gone. Just like disco before that, and metal before that. But you know, her college counselor says if she does well on these SAT tests, she might get a scholarship and get into a real good school.
Kelly and college. Unbelievable.
I know. Didn't it seem like just a week ago she was working on Big Girl Potty? Excuse me a minute. Let me go make a volume adjustment. Kelly! Kelly! Turn that off!
Hello? Privacy, please?
What have you done?
What? I can't hear you!
What have you done to your hair?
I knew you wouldn't be able to handle this.
Wash that out. And clean this mess up this minute. Ugh.
You know what your problem is? You are so normal!
Any day now, I will hear you say goodbye, my love, and you'll be on your way. Then my wild, beautiful bird, you will have flown. It isn't now. I'll be gone alone.
Whose idea was this?
Mine. I happen to have original thoughts sometimes.
Dyeing your hair like Morticia Adams is original?
It's just a rinse.
You were supposed to be studying for your SATs.
I was. And now I'm taking a break. I'm going over to Tracy's.
Kelly, you've got to get ready for these SATs. It's very important. Maybe the most important test you'll ever take.
I know, Mom. I know. Cool hair, Kel. Makes you look even weirder than usual. Would you just stop? It's just a look.
You wouldn't understand. You're too normal.
Mr. Lozano, may I get by?
Yeah, sure. Sorry about this. Just doing some redecorating.
Not a problem.
So, how's business?
Fine.
Yeah, mine too since I moved in. New cases every day. I can't get enough. Thanks for asking.
Morning. You see Joe out there?
What happened this time?
His girlfriend set his stuff on fire. He'll be living in his office for a while.
That guy's got more drama in his life than the president.
Yeah, but he's lots cuter.
If you like ambulance chases.
Speaking of which, the Eppersons are waiting for you with their new attorney.
Charlie, Marie, last time I saw the both of you was at our victory dinner. You lose weight?
50 pounds.
I went to a spa after you won us that settlement.
Oscar Melville. I'm representing the Epsons in the,
Ridiculous loss of consortium suit. What can I do for you?
Write me out a check, maybe. We're here to offer you a chance to settle.
I'm sure you are.
Although my clients are grateful for you won Charlie's negligence suit against the city, it was your duty to advise them they could have sued for a lot more as a result of his loss of ability to satisfy his wife.
You never asked what effect the accident had on our private lives.
You never indicated there was an effect.
Doesn't matter. That was your responsibility to ask. Now, Charlie may look fine, but his condition prevents him from doing even the most basic husbandly duties. He's half a man, really.
Right. And during the trial, the two of you couldn't keep your hands off each other.
Even then, we were making love less often.
We're sorry this has to impact you, Renee, but there's been a great deal of suffering going on.
Which can end today. You settle for $50,000.
We don't want to be greedy.
I already won you $250,000 for stepping in a pothole in the city park.
I broke 3 vertebrae.
And that's why we won.
And we're grateful, but...
No, if you were grateful, you wouldn't be bringing this preposterous lawsuit against me. If you were grateful, you would have sent me flowers, not a subpoena. If you were grateful, you would get the hell out of my office.
Consider the offer withdrawn. See you in court, counsel.
A little emotionally involved, are we?
Odessa, get me the name of every malpractice attorney in the county.
Hey, Renee. What y'all dressed up for? I'm going to church. But it's Friday. I know. I'm going Sunday, too. Boy, you must have done something real bad to have to go both days. It's not for punishment, Emmy. There's going to be a special youth service for revival. It's going to be fun. How can you have fun if you're supposed to sit still until your legs fall asleep? What are you talking about? At our church, we sing and clap. Sometimes we even dance. You're fibbing, Renee Jackson. There is no such thing as dancing at church.
It's in God's name that we welcome those among us who look different than we do to sit down among us to eat our bread. Are you with me? Somebody ought to say amen. Somebody ought to say save me this evening. Are you with me, church? Yes, Lord. Operator, information. Give me Jesus on the line. Yeah, operator, information.
You were right, Renee. This is fun. Told you.
A friend of mine. Prayer is the number. Faith is the exchange. Heaven is the street. Jesus' name. Operator, information. Give me Jesus. Take it on up for me. Operator, information. Tell me.
Can I be a Baptist too, Renee? Sure, why not?
Operator, information. Somebody tell me. Yeah, you see my mother, when I was buried, every time she died, she always got a call. Operator, information. Give me Jesus on the line.
The number's been disconnected.
I hate to say it, Renee, but I think you've phoned just about every attorney in Birmingham.
And got no takers.
Not hard to see why, when you're asking someone to be your puppet.
Is that so hard to understand? I'm the only person I trust enough to handle my case. I can't very well represent myself.
Excuse me, ladies. Do you have any paper towels? Restroom's empty and I need to brush my teeth.
Knock yourself out, hon.
Thanks, Odessa. You're the best.
What about Joe? He's won every case he's had since he got here.
Yeah, right. He's also managed to piss off every jurist in Birmingham in 6 months, including Judge Hilzebeck, who's fined him twice for contempt.
Still, he's cheap. He needs the money, and all you want's a mouthpiece. Might as well have a cute one.
Ms. Jackson failed to advise us as to our right to sue for loss of function as regards husbandly duties.
Well, nothing like a little hot sauce in the courtroom, huh?
Look, Mr. Lozano.
Everybody calls me Joe. Only lawyers call me Mr. Lozano. Got some real exposure here, Renee. The first thing we do is hire a PI, catch him in the act.
We don't do anything. I need a body, Mr. Lozano, not an associate. I devise strategy, write the motions. I'll do all the work on my own case.
I see, and I am the trained chimpanzee who recites your words from a script.
Yep.
Approach anybody else with this glorious offer?
A few.
5,000 now, 5,000 at the end of the case. Money order would be good. Cash is even better.
And you went to Harvard.
Scholarship. I wasn't lucky enough to have rich parents. But I did graduate near the top of my class.
I'll get the questions to you this afternoon. We're in court tomorrow.
Renee, seriously, just hand me the script and I'll play the part like a pro. No worries.
Thank you.
By the way, that's a nice shade on you.
You ought to wear it to the trial.
Loss of consortium. They're alleging that he can't make love to his wife anymore. Can't do what normal husbands do. Can't mow the lawn, can't haul in the groceries.
That's not loss of consortium. That's marriage after the first year. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess it's not the best time for a joke.
I could lose my clients, my reputation. And if I lose that, I'm not gonna have much of a practice left, all because somebody's supposedly not getting any nookie.
What, do you really think they could win?
When I took over Daddy's practice, I hadn't had a non-corporate trial in years. It's a different kind of law. It just took me a while to make the transition, and Charlie's case was one of my first.
Yeah, but you won, didn't you?
I thought I had.
Hey, Cal.
Hey, Kelly. Nice cape.
Thanks, but it's an Edwardian cloak.
Hey, Cal, I got all your supplies ready. A dozen #2 pencils, erasers, the works.
I'm not sure they let you take all that stuff to the SATs.
Yeah, sure they do. At the parents' prep course, they told us just exactly what you'd need to bring.
Great. Going up to my room.
Kelly, well, you're always in your room, honey. Why don't you stay down here? Be social for a change.
Says here, get this. I was just reading about these two little girls. Both 15, best friends, killed themselves in Tompkins Lake.
Oh, my Lord. Do they have any idea why?
They didn't get along with their parents.
You knew these girls, Kel?
They went to another high school, but they were in the scene. I saw them around.
They put rocks in their pockets and just walked into the lake, drowned.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's bizarre.
It's kind of poetic.
Excuse me?
The way they did it. Just like Virginia Woolf, you know?
Am I crazy? Or did my teenage daughter just imply that suicide is cool?
Just ask the questions as directly as possible and don't go off script. If you hit a snag, just request a recess. That's them. If you manage to get through all this without a hitch, we'll put the psychiatrist I hired on the stand and he'll testify as to the unlikelihood of Charlie's alleged condition.
Don't need a shrink to tell you that. You can see it in the guy's eyes. He's not chewing ice. He's satisfied.
Oh, well, then why don't we just forget about the shrink? We can put you on the stand. You can tell the judge all about Charlie's eyes.
This guy's wife has a body that won't quit. Either he really did lose his manhood or he is getting it elsewhere.
So, because you find Marie attractive, all men should.
It might sound like ass backwards thinking, but my barometer is never wrong, Renee.
Joe?
Yeah?
What time is it?
Time for me to start going over your questions again before court starts?
Suicide is not a phase, Collier. Grandma Otis killed herself. They say it runs in families. Listen, how much longer are you going to have to be out there on that site, huh? I mean, can't you drive back and forth for a few days?
Cake for breakfast? Cool.
Oatmeal is on the stove. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? Talking to Davis, our sane child. Kelly's depressed now. Just wait till she can't get to a decent college.
You and Dad turned out okay. Neither of you went.
We did, too. We just didn't finish. Besides, you kids need to do better than us.
Why?
I'm talking on the phone, okay? So what, I'll see you on Friday? All right, honey. Talk to you later. Bye. Let me ask you something, Davis. Do you have any idea why Kelly's all dressed up like Death Warmed Over?
Duh. She's a total goth.
A what?
A goth.
What the heck is a goth?
As in gothic. You know, they wear black all the time and are into vampires and stuff. Need to get out more.
And I think you've been getting out too much. How do you know about all this?
It's all over the internet.
They drink blood?
Not all of them, but most of them like to hang out in cemeteries for fun.
Either I'm getting really old or the world has gone completely nuts. Why would anybody romanticize death?
Don't ask me. I think it's pretty stupid. All they do is listen to music and read books about it.
Does Kelly have books on death?
Probably.
What else?
I don't know. Not allowed in her room.
Me either.
Where are you going?
Lord of mercy.
Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison. Gloria in excelsis Deo, et in terra pax hominibus, bone voluntatis, laudamus te, benedicimus te, adoramus te, glorificamus te. Gratias agimus tibi, magnam gloria.
Because it's her time. Now be
Domine
quiet.
Deus Rex Celestis, Deus Pater Omnipotens, Domine Filii Unigenite,
Daddy and Johnny never have to come.
Domine
That's none
Deus
of your
Agnus
concern.
Dei,
Pay
Filius Patris,
attention.
Qui tollis peccata mundi, miserere nobis. Qui tollis peccata mundi, suscipe deprecationem nostram.
Hey, Elizabeth, you are in the house of the Lord. Behave yourself.
Miserere
He was the one who did.
Just listen to what the Father has to say and understand the message of the Mass.
Dominus, tu solus altissimus, Iesu Christe, cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen.
Amen, and thank you, Jesus!
Dominus vobiscum.
Et tu, Spiritu Tuo, should realize it is a sin to interrupt a priest. Now, shh.
Gives you bruises. Being a Catholic, you're always kneeling and everything's a sin, even talking. Really? Hey, you find out how it can be a part of your church? Well, I asked my mom and she said you had to be baptized into the faith by another believer. Well, I was baptized when I was a baby. Does that count? You gotta be old enough to accept Jesus into your heart first. I was 5 when I did. Well, can't you just ask your priest if he'll baptize me again? He's not a priest to me, he's a reverend. I've never seen anybody white baptized at my church. I'm not sure he'll do it. Can't someone else then? Well, I'm a believer, and I've seen a bunch of baptisms, and all you need is a Bible, some water, and special white clothes. Oh, and a witness.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated. State your name, please.
Marie Epperson.
Mrs. Epperson, you claim that since your husband's accident last year, he's been increasingly unable to perform his husbandly duties.
That's true.
Those duties include, but are not limited to, fulfilling you sexually. Is that right?
Yes. Charlie and I are unable to have sexual relations at this time.
And this is because?
The accident and the depression that followed makes it impossible for him to, get aroused.
Would you say that before the accident, your sexual life was satisfying?
Very. Charlie was an amazing lover. We used to have mutual relations at least 20 times a week.
You say Charlie can't become aroused. Can you?
Yes.
Tell me, does your husband ever touch you simply for your pleasure?
No.
Does he ever cuddle you, spoon you, otherwise show you affection?
He's not the man he was. That's why we're here.
I must leave you with a lot of pent-up frustration. How do you take care of it?
Your Honor?
Interrupting your own cross counsel?
No, Your Honor. Excuse me.
Answer the question, please.
I work out 4 times a week.
And it shows. You are very shapely, Mrs. Epperson.
Thank you.
Do you ever undress in front of your husband?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance?
Overruled. Continue.
Yes, of course I do.
And what does your husband do when he sees you naked?
Nothing, really.
Does he ever cry?
No.
Grit his teeth?
No.
Look away?
Sometimes.
Thank you. No further questions at this time. Go called crossing, Renee. Basic lawyering. You know, courtroom stuff. Didn't we cover this in the parking lot?
No, because you've been hedging since we left court. We had an agreement.
And I have a legal oath. I wouldn't be keeping it if I didn't practice to the best of my ability. And frankly, Renee, your line of questioning was way too conservative. Gotta get down and dirty. Admit it. I'm onto something.
That's not the point.
Come on. Marie gets undressed in front of that schlub and he doesn't come to attention or at least want to touch?
I don't want to relive the moment. Thank you. Look, I don't like what you did in court, but I can appreciate what you tried to imply, that Charlie is not in love with his wife anymore.
Which means?
He's getting it somewhere else.
You got plans for tonight?
Why?
There's something you're going to want to see. 10 o'clock, Bear's Lair. Oh, and you owe me an extra grand.
What the hell for?
Business equipment. Don't worry about it. It's a write-off.
Mom? Kind of a contemporary, normal look, don't you think?
How could you do this?
Well, it wasn't easy. And at first I felt a little bit bad until I found this in your drawer. Approach thy grave like one who wraps the drapery of his couch about him and lies down to pleasant dreams. Talk to me, Kel. What are you into here?
It's by William Cullen Bryant. He's a very deep American poet.
He's a dark American poet. Is this how you're feeling? Depressed? Suicidal?
No. What I am feeling is majorly pissed off.
Do not use that language with me.
What am I supposed to say? This was wrong, Mom. You had no right to look through my drawers.
Well, seeing as how your drawers are in my house, I think I do have the right. And since it is my house, you have to live by my rules. And my rules are no satanic pentagrams on the wall.
Pentagrams aren't satanic. They're pagan. You don't know anything.
Do not, I repeat, do not talk to me like that again.
I'm putting it all back up. Where's my stuff?
In the trash.
No way!
Yes way. You're done with this goth thing, Kelly.
But it's what I like!
I don't care. I don't like it one little bit, and this is how it's gonna be. No more wearing black, no more dirge music, and no more death poems. Just studying and being glad you're alive.
Are you done yet?
Yeah, I think that would just about cover it.
Then would you please leave my room?
So, your legal oath requires you to lie in wait like a fox in a hole with donuts and cold coffee.
You talking about my car?
No, not at all.
Trust me, Renee, you got to use all options. This is Charlie's hangout. Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock, he's knocking back a few, watching the tube.
But tonight could be a little different.
So he's in there and we're out here. How is this costing me $1,000?
Patience. You got to learn a little patience, Miss Jackson. That's the key. Donut?
No, I know I didn't become a cop.
You mean you don't like this laugh riot called surveillance?
You're really getting a kick out of this, aren't you? Maybe it's some kind of guy thing. My fiancé is a detective. He loves this stakeout stuff.
Done it 100 times. I used to be a cop. Then I went to law school after getting hurt, and voila, here I am. So, you're engaged?
Yes, and you're not.
You've got to catch me first.
You never been caught?
No. All right, things are about to get pretty hot.
What have you done?
Trust me, you'll thank me.
If she is what I think she is...
She's an associate. Susie.
All right, so she's a little plump, but some men like that. Trust me, just say no never happens when Susie walks in. If Charlie turns her down, I'll buy that he can't have sex, but I'll bet you 20 to 1 he'll
This is the business equipment that's costing me $1,000?
Not Susie. It's a little tiny camera in her purse. We'll have it all on tape.
Oh, no. This is not going to happen.
Why?
This may be a game to you, Mr. Lozano, but this is my career we're dealing with. I can win this case without a sex video. I'm telling you now, whatever Miss Susie Hot Pants comes up with, we will not be using it in court.
But Renee, this is the whole case.
No! You can sit here and play your little spy game all you want, but tomorrow I expect you to at least pretend you're a competent attorney in the courtroom and not Jerry Springer. And you can forget about that grand.
Ms. Jackson, in the prior case involving Mr. Epperson, you won a judgment on his behalf, did you not?
Yes, I did, and a most generous one, I might add.
In fact, you proved to the jury that Mr. Epperson did, and I quote, suffer grievous injury as a result of his accident. Are those your words?
Yes, I proved that he injured his back, not that he disabled his private parts.
Well, be that as it may, Miss Jackson, in a case where grievous injury is caused to the husband, isn't it your fiduciary responsibility to advise the married couple of the possibility of a loss of consortium claim for the wife?
Counsel, it was my job to zealously represent Mr. Epperson for his injuries, which I did. It was not my job to speculate whether he and his wife were having marital difficulties.
But the law does not see it as speculation, Miss Jackson. Standard of care was for you to advise Mrs. Epperson of the option of making a loss of consortium claim, which you failed to do. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
You may step down.
So that's what a competent attorney looks like. Wow, you are great.
Nate, this is great.
Take me to the water. Take me to the water. Take me to the water to be baptized.
I can hardly wait to be a Baptist.
Take me to the
Quiet, sinner. You will go down, sinner,
Take me to
and
the
return saved. Ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance. Now hold your nose. Giving humble submission to the Almighty God, and upon the profession of your faith, I baptize you, my sister, in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Good Lord! What are you trying to do? Kill me? Mary Elizabeth O'Brien, rise up. I anoint thee with the holy water, that you are now baptized, and a true believer, and a Baptist. Mama, guess what? I just got...
You just stop slamming that screen door, that's what.
Mama!
Do you believe this? This Malcolm X person leaving one made-up religion for another. Mary Elizabeth O'Brien, what have you done now? You're soaking wet.
Something divine has happened. Praise the Lord.
Excuse me?
I went down to the water and was born again.
Oh, stop talking like that and go change into some dry clothes.
But, Mama, I am changed. Renee took me down to the water and washed away my sin. And now, I'm a Baptist.
Well, now I'm a goth. Why can't you just accept that? I mean, I know normals fear death, but it's all part of life, isn't it, Father?
Just tell me the truth. Is she going to kill herself?
Oh, I don't think so, Mary Elizabeth.
You sure? I don't need to worry.
Look, I'm not a shrink, though you two might want to see a counselor together.
She, totally needs a shrink.
And you don't?
I'm not the one with the angst. She's the one who needs to get over this psychodrama about a test.
In fact, she's so typical that if she's ready to kill, it wouldn't be herself, it would be you.
I know. She hates me.
Oh, I do love it when you kids grow up and have kids of your own.
I just want her to make more of herself than I did. And here it is. Tomorrow, she's taking her SAT, and she's more concerned about what shade of black she'll wear.
What's wrong with expressing myself?
Well, there's nothing wrong, Kelly, except this goth. How much do you really know about it?
Honestly, I'm just a kindergoth, Father. It's just something I'm into right now.
And don't you think this SAT test is kind of important right now?
They're an overblown commercialization of education. But if you want to go to college, they're important.
And do you want to go to college?
So what am I supposed to do? Just let her go off the deep end so she can end up 40 years old, no degree, no career, no nothing to show for herself? I am not going to let that happen to my daughter, Father.
Then just support her, Mary Elizabeth, on her terms. What she doesn't need is for her mother to add more stress.
Okay. Fine. I'll just be there. I'll just be supportive. I won't add to the stress. Oh, Kelly, wake up! It's 7 o'clock. Your test is at 9.
Mom,
You've got plenty of time,
I'm
so
okay.
hurry. You're gonna do great. I want you to hurry up and finish your breakfast. Kevin's mother's gonna be here any minute, and I don't want you hanging around the house bugging your sister this morning.
Can I have some more eggs?
No, these are for Kelly. You may have more eggs when you take the SAT. Oops. And there she is. Got to go. Bye, honey. Be good.
Yeah. Have fun on your test, Kelly. Don't hurt your brain.
Davis, go. You're not dressed. Well, that's okay. Come on, why don't you go ahead and sit down and have your breakfast while it's still hot. No, not just yogurt. You need a full breakfast. That's what they said. You need fuel for your brain.
Mom, really?
And then you can relax. Maybe have a little moment to sit down, clear your mind.
Enough, okay? I'm not taking the test.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Am I stressing you out? Is that what it is? Because I'll stop.
No, that's not what I'm telling you.
Kelly, don't do this to me now. Come on, it's not funny. All right, that's it. You are going to sit down and eat your breakfast, and you're going to get dressed, and you're going to take that test, and that's final.
Look, I'll take it when I'm better prepared rather than mess up now.
Kelly!
Mom, I know what I'm doing. It's not such a big deal. I've got time.
You think you've got time? Look at me. No. Look at me. Is this what you're having to work twice as hard with kids half my age because I thought I had time? Don't do this, Kelly.
I'll take the test when I'm ready.
Well, I'm your mother, and you'll do as I say.
Mom, I am not a baby. I can make my own decisions, and you can drag me there if you want, but you can't make me take that test no matter how much you yell.
Most of my friends are all dead.
They're called Wanna Be Dead. What do you think? I'm overreacting?
Want to be dead, Grateful Dead, same thing, different era.
Collier thinks I'm overreacting, but now she doesn't want to take her SAT test. She's going to end up like me. I just know it. Do you think I was a bad role model? I mean, because it took me so long to get back to school and to work. Maybe I should have been more aggressive.
I don't think so.
Less aggressive?
I don't know.
Well, you're a big help. What kind of role model are you? Come on, help me.
I can't even help myself, and I had the best role model in the world. Look at him. His entire life, not one, count him, not one malpractice suit against him. Here I am, my first year home, malpractice, no insurance, and today I got a notice that Charlie and Marie have filed a bar complaint against me.
Couldn't get worse, though.
Oh, yes, it could.
Good morning, Mr. Epperson. How are you doing today? Get a good night's sleep?
Why, yes, I did. All things considered.
Oh, yes, your depression and injuries. Mr. Epperson, your wife testified as to your lack of ability to satisfy her.
Yes, we have no sex life.
Is that the extent of your problems?
Oh, no, I can't do any lifting.
Heavy lifting, like sofas, refrigerators?
Hell, not even a trash can. I can hardly bend over to tie my own shoelaces sometimes. It's like I'm of no use to my wife as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes, sir, I do. Let me ask you, Mr. Epperson, what were you doing at 10:15 last night?
Last night? Well, I usually go on over to Bear's Lair on Tuesday night, have a few beers.
And that's all?
Then I come home.
I see.
I told you not to use that as
Relax.
evidence.
You'll thank me. Your Honor, if it please the court, I would like to enter into evidence a videotape. I asked for AV equipment so that I may show this video of Mr. Epperson with a woman, not his wife.
Your Honor, I object.
Overruled.
Here is Mr. Epperson leaving Bear's Lair last night, as he stated, with a female friend. Oh, and what's this? The allegedly disabled Mr. Epperson carrying a heavy spare tire from this woman's trunk. Certainly heavier than a trash can.
Charlie Wayne Epperson, what the hell were you doing?
Mrs. Epperson, order! Order in this court!
You ungrateful bastard! After all I've done for you, you're out there performing husbandly duties with that cow!
Order!
Well, at least she's got something to hold on to. You so bony now I could hurt myself. Even a dog needs a little meat on the bone.
Bony? I'll show you, Bony!
What? What you gonna do?
Counsel!
I'll rip your heart out, Charlie! You know I will!
Like you could!
You know I will!
Counsel! If you do not restrain your client, I will cite both of you for contempt.
Your Honor, as evidenced by this display and these 12 signed affidavits by women intimately acquainted with Mr. Epperson, I request that all charges against my client be dropped.
In my chambers. Recess, 15 minutes.
Lozano wins again. This autograph's just cash.
You should have your own show. You know that?
I still say we countersue.
No. If I never see Charlie Epperson again, it wouldn't be too soon. But they lied. Charlie lied. Marie was clueless. I just hope this doesn't make her get all the weight back on.
Yeah, she could get her husband back.
Anyway, thank you. I didn't always like your tactics.
You mean there were some you did like?
But you surprised me, and I appreciate it.
You appreciate it enough to make me a partner?
Excuse me?
Odessa told me that Graham moved to Atlanta, and the thing is, I am doing fine on my own.
But Renee, I thought we bonded in a very meaningful way.
For which you have been handsomely paid.
Now I can pay you.
No.
Come on, lawyer to lawyer. My lease is up down the hall, and they've already rented out to a dentist.
Not my problem.
Renee, I know what you're thinking. Here's this guy. A woman sets fire to his apartment, lives out of his car, treats his office like a homeless shelter.
Hires hookers, treats the courtroom like a circus, thinks he can get over with his smile. I don't need that kind of drama in my life.
Do you think I need it? Do you think I want all this drama?
I think you revel in it.
Look, believe it or not, my life isn't always like this. And I could use a little solid ground to get things straightened out. Well, what do you say? I need a place to do business, and you've got an empty office.
Okay. I will rent you space.
Space is good. Plus that extra grand you owe me, and we are in business.
Perfect. Hold on. Before you get any scheming ideas, let's get a couple of things straight. You are not officially or in any other way affiliated with this firm. You can rent this office. However, I will expect the rent to be paid on time and in cash, or else you're out of here.
No worries. Hey, I can fit my recliner right here in the corner.
So help me God, Mary Elizabeth O'Brien. You are a Catholic and will always be a Catholic. Now go in there and confess your sin to Father Gabrielli.
What sin?
It is a sin to be baptized twice.
Why wouldn't it just be twice as good in God's eyes? Besides, what's wrong with being a Baptist?
There's nothing wrong with Baptist. It's just, well, Catholics sit closer to God in heaven.
Does that mean that Renee won't be anywhere near me in heaven?
Yes, now go to confession.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession. I was mean to my sister. I said 5 cuss words. I was baptized a Baptist. I told a lie to my...
Excuse me. What was that?
I told a lie.
Before that?
My friend Renee baptized me a Baptist.
I see. Go on, my child.
I didn't share candy with my sister, didn't do all my chores, I had mean thoughts about Tully Brown. Your mama made you tell him all the bad things you did? Yep, took forever. And I had to do 3 Our Fathers and 5 Hail Marys because I got baptized again. Well, what's a Hail Mary? It's a prayer to Jesus' mother. You pray to Mary? My mama says you pray to the Pope, too, like he was God, and that's blasphemy. No, we don't. The Pope's the boss of the church. Sort of like the president. Catholics go against the gospel by praying to statues and stuff. But sometimes God and Jesus are busy, so we pray to other saints and things. Well, I asked my mom if Catholics would sit closer to God, and she said God wouldn't allow segregation in heaven. See? That's what I tried to tell my mama. But she seemed awful sure about that. Let's look at your Bible. What does it say in the book of Genesis? In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. That's the same as mine. Now look at Luke chapter 2, verse 10. This is my favorite. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. See, it's the same. Great joy to all people. You know, Renee, I don't care what my mama says. In heaven, me and you are going to sit right next to each other.
Come in. Hey, I love what you've done with the place.
Thanks.
I got something for you.
It's Mima's.
Yeah, she loved this old Bible, and I think that she'd like you to have it. See, she wrote everybody's names in. When we were born, marriages, and there's me, you, Kelly Ann Sims, Irene O'Brien Otis.
We're 1902.
Yep. Died 1998. You know, Kel, there's nothing really poetic about suicide. You understand me, don't you?
Yes, Mom. But why do people get so weird even talking about death? I mean, it happens.
Well, you don't have to tell me that. It's just, there's so much more to life than death. And you've got so much to celebrate right now, honey.
Yeah, like the future, college, the SATs.
Hey, I didn't say it. I didn't. Not me. I didn't say a word.
Mom, I don't
Hey,
know.
I just want the best for you, honey. Go to college. Have a career.
Mom, that may be right for you, but that's not for me.
How can you know that? Look, I went through exactly what you're going through.
No, you didn't, Mom. You went through your life. This is my life. I've got to start making my own decisions. Don't worry. You raised me right. You've got to trust that. I loved Mima, but I would never do what she did. It's not cool.
That's my girl. Now, that's not what you do with them.
I know, Mom, but it looks neat. You remember how to do it? Mima showed you, didn't she? Come on.
Well,
Show me.
Let me see if I remember. Let's see. It's something, something. Hail Mary, full of grace, blessed is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Oh, for Pete's sake, come on. It's not like we're running the marathon.
You go ahead and pull a muscle. Show up at work on crutches. That'll do wonders for your image.
Hey, have a nice walk.
Is that Kelly?
I think so. Hard to tell with all that color she was wearing.
Hey, Mom, I'll be late today. I'm going to check out the literary club after school. See ya.
Well, my little girl is growing up.
That only means one thing.
What's that?
You're getting closer and closer to being a grandma. Ow, that's assault, you know?
That's a warning. Come on, let's get out of here while we're still young.